Our priests have told me, Archbishop, I'll go to prison before I allow the state to coerce any such information from me. And I think all of our priests feel that way.
Members of the Catholic Church are suing the state of Washington regarding the new law requiring members of clergy to report abuse.
Nothing but sunshine as temperatures climb in the coming days. We're talking an increased fire threat on Friday.
And fire crews work tirelessly to snuff out multiple fires in our region. What the status of those fires are tonight. Well, good evening, and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News. I'm Amanda Rowley, filling in for Mark Hanrahan. In May, members of the Catholic Church sued Washington State over a new law making clergy mandated reporters of abuse. A federal judge has blocked the state law from taking effect later this month, at least for now. KREM 2's Shannon Mowdy has been digging into the ruling.
Yeah, this isn't entirely unexpected. The judge hinted Monday he would likely side with Catholic leaders who asked that this law be blocked until the lawsuit is over. Priests in Washington were granted some grace this week. A federal judge in Tacoma temporarily stopped enforcement of a state law set to take effect July 27th. It requires members of clergy to report abuse, even if disclosed during confession. Priests could face jail time if they don't.
Our priests have told me, Archbishop, I'll go to prison before I allow the state to coerce any such information from me. And I think all of our priests feel that way.
Seattle Archbishop Paul Aitchen and Catholic leaders in Spokane and Yakima sued the state, saying the law requires them to choose between the law of man and their faith.
Our church law, canon law, also says that if a priest violates that seal, he's automatically excommunicated from the church.
Supporters argue the law protects children.
They need to know that if they tell somebody they're being abused, like I told my teacher in the 5th grade that I was being abused, that they can trust that that person will make it stop.
The Federal Department of Justice joined the lawsuit. During Monday's hearing on the injunction, a DOJ attorney said the law singles out priests and targets the sacred act of confession. I've been in contact with one of the law firms representing the Catholic Church in this case. They say the church already requires priests to report abuse and neglect, as it has for decades. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
All right, turning to weather now. We had a bit of a warm up today compared to yesterday. We have Jeremy Legoo out in the Outdoor Weather Center. How's it looking out there tonight, Jeremy?
Amanda, believe it or not, right now we sit about 13 degrees warmer than where we sat last night. It is warm here and across much of the inland Northwest. Temperatures just trending warmer as we head into a much warmer couple of days. Our warmth right now transitions into warmth early tomorrow morning. I think we wake up to temperatures about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than where we started today. By tomorrow afternoon, we top out about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than where we topped out today. That puts us back near 90 in eastern Washington and North Idaho, mid-90s out in central Washington, and there's not much to talk about in the coming days. Notice a little activity moving through southern British Columbia. You have to go all the way up to the north. We have a disturbance in the Gulf of Alaska and one moving through parts of northern British Columbia that have the potential of bringing us some activity. For us, it's just going to be wind, and for that reason, we have fire weather watches in effect Friday afternoon and evening for hot, dry, windy conditions. 90 degrees tomorrow, 91 on Friday, and then wind ushers in a colder air mass, and we top out at just 84 on Saturday.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. New tonight, Washington State is suing the Trump administration. The state claims it illegally cut billions in federal disaster protection funds. The Building Resilient Infrastructure and Communities program helps communities prepare for natural disasters before they hit. The cities of Hoquiam and Aberdeen already lost funding to build levees to control and prevent flooding. Our Seattle sister station spoke with Attorney General Nick Brown about the decision.
I understand that the president and the administration might have different priorities and how to spend taxpayer dollars, but they simply cannot ignore what Congress has said and ignore the reliance that states have developed to depend on those funds
Brown says the cuts will bring devastating consequences to communities. He plans to hold the administration accountable for, quote, abandoning their safety. FEMA has not made a comment, but back in April, a press release from their website says the program is, quote, wasteful and ineffective and more concerned with political agendas than helping Americans affected by natural disasters. Well, we are exactly 1 week away from Brian Koberger's sentencing. The hearing is scheduled to begin at 8 a.m. on July 23rd and is expected to last all day. We will be live on KREM 2 and KSKN to take you inside the courtroom and bring you updates on the sentencing. We'll also be streaming the hearing on KREM 2+. And take a look at this. This is newly released video from the Wenatchee Police Department. It was recorded just days before Travis Decker allegedly killed his 3 daughters at a campsite outside Leavenworth. This dash cam video, obtained by our sister station in Seattle, shows Decker's unsettling behavior following a crash. Decker is seen interacting with a police officer and another driver after Decker slammed into their car at a red light in Wenatchee on May 27th. Witnesses described him as nervous and fidgety with intimidating body language. 3 days later, Decker disappeared with his 3 young daughters, who were later found suffocated. Tonight, Division Street takes center stage in a statewide push to make roads safer. Leaders from across Washington walked the busy Spokane corridor, hoping to find solutions to reduce traffic deaths. KREM 2's Connor McAvoy has the story.
I'm standing next to Division Street where the walk and talk took place. Members of the coalition say this is one of Washington's biggest main street highways they're trying to get some attention on.
I really like downtown, and I also really like what has happened in the Kendall Yards area.
Joel Funt recalls his favorite areas of Spokane as he visits from Bellingham. He works there as the director for the city's Public Works Department.
Much of my career has been in the transportation planning and engineering space.
Funt is in Spokane for the Washington Traffic Safety Summit. The goal here is to bring in city leaders and engineers from across the state to discuss traffic safety and how roads can be changed to make them safer. That's a goal the nonprofit says has become more urgent in recent years. The Washington Traffic Safety Commission reports 810 traffic-related deaths occurred in 2023, a number not nearly reached since 1990.
We know what are the most dangerous streets in our communities. These are our Washington State Department of Transportation-owned Main Street highways.
Kirk Hovenkotter is the executive director of the Transportation Choices Coalition. He organized the walk and talk on Division Street due to its scale in Spokane, as well as multiple city projects to help make this busy road safer.
Division Street is the closest example of a WashDOT Main Street highway. There's a lot of great initiatives that are happening on Division, like STA's Division Bus Rapid Transit and the Lower Division Project, to make it a better place to walk, bike, and take the bus.
Members of the summit walked from the convention center along different street crossings along Division. Hovenkotter hopes the walk helps Funt and other city leaders across the state find new ways to make streets safer.
I see Bellingham continuing to grow and change, and transportation safety is an important part of that.
Connor McAvoy, KREM 2 News.
All right, don't go to bed just yet. United Way Spokane County is closing. Now local programs are searching for new funding. And later we give you an update on the wildfires that we've been tracking over the last few days. We'll be right back.